Sometimes on my budget cooking channel, I like to have what I call $5 food adventures, and that's where I take $5 and I go to a store and I try something that's completely new to me. On one of these adventures, I checked out the El Supermarket in Santa Ana, California, and I had so much fun at that store. And while I was there, I saw some sopas and decided that since I've never had them and I do love Mexican food, that it would be a great time to try them. In this video, I'll be making both a vegetarian option of sopes as well as one with ground beef. Depending on where you're at in the country, you may be able to get your sope bases from Walmart. I later realized that my local Walmart does have them. And of course, you can also make them homemade, but for my first time, I just wanted to use the pre-made shells. And I started by frying mine in oil. I just wanted them to get nice and crispy. For the first one, I'm going to make a bean sope, and I have all of the usual suspects as far as toppings goes. Lettuce is typically used as a topping instead of cabbage, but I don't have any lettuce and I do have cabbage left over, so I'm just using what I have. I've got lettuce, tomatoes, cilantro, and beans. I also do have avocado, so for this first one, I'm gonna just use all of my toppings and see how I like it. If you've never tried either the Mexican sour cream or table cream, I definitely recommend it. My family really loves it. Usually it's thinner and it spreads really nicely, but unfortunately I'm down at the end of this jar, so it's kind of thick. The store that I was shopping at had lots of other brands that I also want to try in the future. Some of my viewers have said that they are picky eaters and therefore have a hard time trying new foods. I would say to that if you know that you like certain ingredients, start with those. For example, with Mexican food, I know I love these ingredients. So pretty much anything that I'm going to try that has those ingredients, I know that I'm already going to like. So trying these sopes was definitely a win for me. I'm not sure why I didn't try these sooner. I think that these would be great to serve at a dinner party because my family loves tacos, but it is kind of difficult frying up all of the shells, especially the way we like our tortilla shells. But I was thinking when I was making these for my family that these would be amazing to make up in advance and have people, go through the line and fill their own sope the way that they like it. I think it would be really fun for everyone. And it would be great because as a hostess, you don't want to be in the kitchen, cooking. You want to be visiting with your guests. And I think that this would just make a really easy, carefree dinner. Maybe also have, a pot of rice and a side of beans. I made a slow cooker pork carnitas recipe recently on my channel that my family loved. And that would have been really good on these sopes. I tried this a couple of different ways. I tried it this way where I didn't put as much on. I just put a little bit of salsa, queso fresco, beans, cabbage, and I think I actually liked it better this way. I feel like there are so many directions that you can go with these sopes that you're only limited by your imagination. I liked this so much that I started thinking about how I could make a breakfast sope, so I headed to Trader Joe's to pick up a couple of ingredients. I found an Italian-style vegan sausage that I wanted to try. I also purchased some goat cheese, which I always love, and some Hatch Valley salsa. Some of my viewers said this is really good, and I hadn't tried it yet, so I definitely wanted to give this a go. This time, I thought I would try broiling my sopes to see if I can get them a nice crispy texture without the oil. I thought the vegan sausage would add some additional protein and flavor without the fat and cholesterol. The egg and goat cheese already have enough, so it'll be good that our sausage won't. Because there isn't any fat in the sausage, I do think it might be a little bit dry, but the salsa verde, egg, and goat cheese should help to balance that out. I tried this Hatch Valley salsa and it doesn't have very much heat at all. It is very mild and I do believe it's less tangy than their salsa verde, but I would need to do a side-by-side taste test to be sure. The heat from the sope and the egg is melting the goat cheese and turning it into this most delicious sauce. I think the best thing to do here is to just pick it up and eat it. This is my favorite kind of breakfast food, and I love anything with goat cheese on it. The sope got really crispy, and I think from now on, when I make my dinner sope with refried beans, I would like it to have this very crispy texture to help balance the creaminess of the beans. The Hatch salsa goes so well with the goat cheese. I wish my egg was a little bit less cooked. I like this meal so much that I made it the next day and tried to perfect my cooking of it. I made the sope a little less crispy, I didn't cook the sausage quite as long, and I made the perfect egg. I enjoyed this recipe, and it's definitely a keeper. This would have also worked with a red salsa, and I do still want to try this with some kind of sweet component in the near future. This might even be good with a little bit of raspberry jam. I hope you're inspired to make sopes in your own kitchen. Thanks so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.